what is E5? So E5, lots of people have different visions of what it is or what they want it to be. E5 is very simple. When I was applying for professional registration as a chartered engineer, or as I started EngTech, I read a document, and that document opened my eyes, and it was a document that I didn't know existed, and it was a document called the Statement of Ethical Principles, and it was published by the Engineering Council of the UK. So government endorsed Engineering Council, regulate engineering across the UK. And it was really simple when it said you will act with honesty and integrity, you will respect life, law and public good, you will act with accuracy and rigour and communicate effectively. And there was one line that said challenge policies that give you concern. And I thought, do you know what? The industry gives me concern. I'm not seeing the skills, I'm not seeing the right behaviours, I'm not seeing governance or regulation of our industry. And I thought, that section E5, I thought, that's powerful, because when you apply to become a chartered engineer, you have 5 parts of the application form. Part E5 deals with applied ethics. It then tells you to read the Statement of Ethical Principles and give an example of when you've met ethical challenges in the workplace. Well, I've had loads where I've gone in and said this design's wrong, we've got to stop the job. That's sticking your head above the parapet to a lot of people. To me, it's not. It's the right behaviours. So I thought that document projects a lot to me. I would like to do something to raise a profile of it so that it sits in the hearts and minds of people. So they know there is a document that says, yes, it's okay to challenge, because people who do challenge are deemed troublemakers. So I literally thought, what can I do? And I was working at Transport for London. Everybody at TfL loved a badge. So I thought, I know, I'll get a badge and I'll put the E5 on it. And then I did, and people said, what's that? And I went, oh, well, you're a chartered engineer, you should know. Had a bit of fun with them. And then eventually I had to explain it, and people loved it. They were like, oh my God, this is great. And eventually I moved on, and people said to me, what does the badge mean? And basically what it is, this badge here, it's a circle. But what I did was I put arrows, and the arrows mean continuous improvement. So by wearing the badge, what I'm saying to people is I am always continuing improving myself as a person. And I try to use ethics in everything I do at the centre of it, in my decision making. But what that does mean is I can challenge the bad things I see professionally and decently, while still improving the conduct of my character. We're not a CPS scheme or a membership scheme or anything like that. And when I met Ryan, we decided to form officially this E5 group. But there's a misconception of what the E5 group is. Probably our own doing, because we were developing and emerging our own understanding of what we wanted to do and how we wanted to contribute to the industry. And we sat down, we got together on a weekend in the middle of the UK, drove from all the parts, the 5 founding members, as we call ourselves, and we decided we're going to share all our knowledge and all our skills to whoever wants them for free. And we'll ask for nothing in return, because nobody does that. It's always pay me for a course, pay me for this. You want help, I want something back. So we thought it's kind of a pay it forward movement, but we should have some vision and values. So what we said was we sat in a pub over a weekend and said, well, what do we want to do? We want to inspire people by our conduct and our behaviours. Okay? We want to influence people. We want to influence people to do the right thing, knowing there's a support network for them. Yeah? We want to inform people with facts. And we want to support people when they need help, we can help them. And we want to educate. And they became our 5 values, which we do actually put in the logo now. So it forms the circle of continuous improvement. Still not a membership. And we then set out on and it wasn't planned, none of it was planned. We started to challenge, we started to go to colleges and work with colleges. We then started to speak to manufacturers and say, could you help the colleges? Because they're the future of the industry. We started to apply ethics in our conduct where we could, and challenged industry bodies and stuff like that. It was a roller coaster, up and down. We got a lot of flack and a lot of heat, but we were never disrespecting him on an individual level. We were just trying to say the industry's got to get better. That's it. Lots of people write to us and say, can I be a member? If we formed a membership, we would be no different from anyone. Here, I'll give you some money and I'll get something back. No. If you're going to be different, do different. And we have travelled around the country tenfold. I've been in Devon, Cornwall, Exeter. We've done lectures. We've done the Alex trade shows. We've done lecturing at any and all events we've been asked to do. We've travelled colleges to do judging competitions. I'm talking about from Southend to Brighton, Devon. We've been all over the country doing stuff to inspire and educate and help lecturers and tutors, because them two parts of our values, the support and educate, they're the key thing. We can do that, and we can do that at no cost to ourselves other than our time and the good feeling that we're giving back and helping people. And we've been doing that for a number of years now. A lot of people will call us a lot of names. That's fine, they can do that. But we've always said we will do what we can with what we have. And I'm really proud of what we've achieved. We don't want to be a competitor. We've never asked for money, ever. That's not what we're doing it, because if we're doing it, there's an agenda. We don't want to have an agenda other than if we can look back on our careers, because I entered this career with one goal, and that is when I look back when I retire, have I helped people and have I done something rather than complain about it? Yeah. So if I can do that and say yes, then I'm doing the right thing. It's been a roller coaster, but I think people realise we're doing things for the right intent. We're kind of an objective voice rather than just the industry bodies. And we are focusing our time mainly on the support and educate. So we do a lot of webinars. We've done a lot of podcasts. And if there's something to talk about in a podcast or a webinar, we do it. Because COVID and that society is adapting, and we need to adapt. We can't go to the colleges anymore and do that sort of stuff. But we can influence manufacturers to support the colleges. And we can do stuff from a distance when we can, when we have the time. And that's kind of what E5 is. It's a behaviour. It's a mindset. It's an attitude. It's not a group of people you join. We call ourselves E5 Group because there are 5 founder members, but we're not a business. We're friends. We're a group of friends. That's why we're the E5 Group, because they're our beliefs. We could have set out to make a fortune. We don't want to, because we have our own separate work lives and jobs and everything else. This is just something that we thought might be different, that would help. I personally think it is, and if it all stopped tomorrow, I'd be over the moon.
So what is your overall vision?
So the overall vision we've always had for E5 was to be able to sow seeds. Because if I turn around to you and say, this is wrong, this is silly, oh dear, you can't do that in this industry, it'll never work, tut, 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 you're just going to turn and go, oh great, another person complaining, marvellous. If I'm able to sow an idea into your mind that inspires you and influences you to grow it, and it become your own, and then it improves somebody's life and avoids an accident or a hazard down the line. Imagine an electrician who, after 12 months of listening to our podcast, realises he's learnt loads and realises what he did past wasn't as good as it could be, and he ups his game, and that prevents somebody getting hurt one day. It's worth it. So the future for it is for us to leave a legacy where people, when they think about us, go, selfless, good people who've inspired me more than they'll ever realise. And that's cool, because I've always said it's nice to be nice. It's all I ever wanted to do. It's all I can do. And it's a lot easier than being negative.
And where do you see the future?
Where do I see the future? Us sitting in the sidelines, being some people call us the social and moral consciousness of the industry. I think the future for us will be supporting and educating. Those two parts of the values, because we can do them, and we can do them pretty decently, I think. We've got some very clever chaps that are with us. And yeah, we've become a firm group of friends, to be honest with you. So the future is a group of friends doing what they can with what they got. That's it. Don't want anything more than that. And if people think we're trying, sorry, you're misinformed.